Thanks for watching another video about Fibo Quantum. I know I've got so many responses from people in the comments. A lot of them I don't approve. They're just basically questions that are answered in the video. But I'm really happy to see that a lot of people have found this to be extremely useful trading strategy. I also had a question if I'm just using a 200 period moving average because price is further away from it, or I can't remember the exact question. So I said no. I can use a 100 period moving average as well. Either or, it doesn't really matter. Overall, you just want to be consistent. So just to show that, I put up a 100 period moving average here to go through these charts. 200 period moving average, a lot of traders use it. A lot of traders use 100. A lot of traders use 50. It doesn't matter. Just stick with one you like. And if you want, split the difference between 50, 100, and 200. Use the 100. Okay. At the end of the day, what really matters is that you're trading whatever plan you have consistently, and you're not loading the boat up for each trade. So let's use a 100 period moving average, and we'll go from the beginning of July. This is a 1 hour chart of the pound US. It was a question about more of a day trading type of time frame. Quite honestly, time frame, you can start this trade today, and it could take 2 days to get out of it. All right, so you're not really day trading this in that regard. And think about Forex as well. We get a lot of choppy times with it. So let's just go through July. Okay, so we got, July. So we have the 100 period here. We have our setups, sell entry below, buy entry above. Okay, so what we take was whatever gets hit first. In this case, we get the buy entry. It's above our line, so we can take the trade. The rules do state that you can't take another setup, or you shouldn't take another setup if you're currently in one. My way of thinking is if I've reduced risk in some way, which you should be doing if you're getting close to take profit levels, it doesn't hurt. So for this one here, eventually it gets up to take profit 2, and that's this trade here is about 150 pips right there. So that's pretty good. Can't complain about that. And going to get this buy entry here. This gets just shy of take profit 3. And if you're this close to take profit and you're letting it come back, well, that's not really a good way to manage your trades. So this buy gets up to take profit. It does get high up to this level here for 90 pips. But let's say you got out here. So this is 73 pips. And what's important to point out, this sell entry here is above our moving average. You can see that right there. That's not a trade you can take. All right, let me just make sure this is clear here. You can't take this setup. Why? Because this starts printing above the line, our moving average. Okay, that's a rule that I've talked about all the time. This trade here is a buy entry, doesn't get set, but you see our sell entry is set up below our moving average. We can take it. We do go through some choppy price action here. We almost get stopped out of this trade here. You can see it doesn't quite reach the level. So this trade eventually comes down to take profit. Well, it comes down to 115 pips, but let's only go to take profit 1, which is 89 pips before we get price reversing to the upside. Keep on going here. We get a sell entry here. It's below our line, our moving average. Keep on saying it's a line. Well, I guess it is a line. And it drops down to take profit 1, and we get a total of 45 pips on this trade. There's a couple of things I want to point out here. You see that price does come back up into this zone here. Go back to the rules. It doesn't hit this level here, and this buy entry here stops printing, so you can't take this trade anyways. But let's say hypothetically this line extended over, and you could take this trade. The rules are clear. You can only take one of these setups. So if you hit the sell entry and you're in this trade, and it doesn't matter if you get stopped out or not, you cannot reverse into this trade here. That's actually quite smart if you think about it, because it keeps you out of choppy price action. And then here we have a sell entry set up. That's today actually, and price drops down hard to take profit 3 for 107 pips. So what's the takeaway from this video? Not just 464 pips and no losing trades. It's basically follow the rules. That's all there is to it. Have what is going to determine your trend. In our case, we're using a moving average. I've covered some different things in the past, multiple time frames. You can do whatever you got to do. That's the key. For us, we're using our moving average. Another one here is make sure that these setups are setting up in the proper location. This sell entry sets up above the line. We can't take this trade. We take this trade, right, because it's above the line. So we can take a buy setup. But we cannot take any sell entries that set up above. Same way we can't take any buy entries that set up below. Do we have any on this chart? I don't see any here. But that's the rule as well. Another rule you want to make sure of, if you're coming this close to your take profits and you're letting the trade come all the way back against you, that is horrible trade management. These levels are here, take profits. You can manage your trade at these levels. You can do whatever you want to do, trail your stop up, however you want. These are plotted right in the chart. You can't miss them. So there's no excuse to let that happen to your trades. And another one, make sure you don't take double setups. We got in the sell entry here. We do get to take profit one. We do something here, right? You have to. Do you take profit? Do you scale out? Do you move to break even at take profit one? Do you hit take profit two and then move your stop to take profit one? Whatever you're doing, just be consistent. And also that you can't take, once it stops printing, this buy entry here, this is no longer valid. And that's pretty much it.